My name is Miriam, and I'm 16. Well, see, I've been up on acid 40 times.
The Hippie Revolt. Now, for the first time, the true story of life in a love generation. The Hippie Revolt is the story of our time. Straight people and hippies alike must see it. The Hippie Revolt.
I got up one morning and I went out fishing. Met a hippie just a raring and a pitching. His eyes snapped far and his teeth snapped under. Good gosh almighty, there's a hippie in a blunder. I ran him on the hillside, I ran him on the level. Caught him by the coattail, I thought he was a devil. Had his shirt on over his coat. Had his pants buckled around his throat. This hippie took a dose of LSD, went hopping and skipping to the penitentiary. His heels were in the courthouse, his toes up on the street. He had no shoes on his old rusty feet. There was a hippie that couldn't count to 7. Threw him in the feather bed, he thought he went to heaven. He just laid there, painting like a lizard, made me have goose pimples on my gizzard. He had whiskers all over his chin, made him look like a hog in a fattening pen. With that long hair on his head and face, makes him look like a hairy ape. He took Benedict LSD too, smoked marijuana and he sniffed a little glue. He went floating on a cloud and when he came down, he was walking on the buildings all over downtown. Once the hippie was a feeling fine, got him a girlfriend he called Caroline. Then he turned on all of his charm like a dying calf in a thunderstorm. He said, honey, can I be your groom? Her eyes lit up like the harvest moon. He had her shaking in her shoes. Touch me again and I'll blow a fuse. This here hippie was a one-man band. He played Yankee Doodle on an old age band. Played all night and he played all day. Got up next morning just to bang it away. Listen to me now, as you can see, hippie is a hippie and you will agree. Over the ocean the blue goose flew. If I was a hippie I'd fly that too. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits, hippie and a red hole, tight fit.
Ask me why I'm a hippie and why I sleep in a ditch. Now it's not because I'm lazy, no, I just don't want to get rich. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. Wanna travel this world over to see what I can see. And all I need for gasoline is a little LSD. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. Now I can make $1 million and eat till I get fat. But then I'll lose that girlish form, and no, I wouldn't like that. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. I'd make an excellent banker if I ever wanted to be. But just the thought of an iron cage is too suggestive for me. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. Now I can eat out of dishes, it's just a matter of choice. But when you eat from an old tin can, there is no dishes to wash. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. I can't smoke marijuana, it's against the law, but I can drink hard liquor and have myself a brawl. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. If I plan, hope I land, hippie I am. I ask me why I'm a hippie and why I asleep in the ditch. Now it's not because I'm lazy, no, I just don't want to get rich.
I've been in the army these long, long years, but now I got my ticket home. I'm leaving lots of buddies in this foreign land. I'm gonna miss them when I'm gone. But I went to a movie just the other night. I didn't like what I seen, and I hate to admit it, but I guess I'm going home while I'm feeling mighty mean. Them hippies and yippies waving enemy flags better not cross my path, 'cause I might go into business of giving free haircuts, maybe dispensing baths. Them people been treating us country folks just about as bad as they can. They even got me thinking I was wasting my time working for Uncle Sam. 'Cause I've been put down, stepped on, called as so-and-so. I'm wearing this uniform, and what it means is that I'd like for them to know they can carry their signs, go marching in the streets, all that's good and well. But to my way of thinking, if they don't like our country, there's a place for them called hell. There ain't a soldier over here or any other place that don't wish that he was home. But we got enough to take just doing our job without these sticks and stones. So listen to me, people, when I get there, just let this country boy be. 'Cause I've had my share of loneliness, trouble and strife, trying to keep this country free. And I've been put down, stepped on, called as so-and-so. I'm wearing this uniform, and what it means is that I'd like for them to know they can carry their signs, go marching in the streets, all that's good and well. But to my way of thinking, if they don't like it here, there's a place for them called hell. Yeah, to my way of thinking, if they don't like our country, there's a place for them called hell.
It was in the sixth decade of the 20th century when the hippie movement plagued our continent, living lives devoid of care, short of cash and long of hair. They were dropouts from the great establishment. Oh, the California hippie murders, flashing knives and blood, and the word pig carved upon a young girl's breast. A mother pleading for her unborn son while they killed their victims one by one was the worst crime in the annals of the West. Their leader was evil, accursed from his birth. How he hypnotized and mesmerized each girl with dope, sex, and music. He invaded the earth, preparing his kingdom, a hippie world. Holy, ole, hidey, ole, hippie murders, flashing knives and blood, and the word pig carved upon a young girl's breast. A mother pleading for her unborn son while they killed their victims one by one was the worst crime in the annals of the West. Holy yodelee, he yodelee.
Well, I run into this marching group right outside of some big city. It was led by a preacher and some old teacher, and it was a whole big mess, them hippies. They said they was out marching for equal rights in our society where they belong. You got 20 foot of this bunch of fellas, you could tell they was really coming on strong. Now this one big hippie kept banging his gums about being a flower child. I don't know what kind of flower this feller was, but that fragrance sure was wild. Now he ain't too smart, but he thinks he's sharp in them crazy clothes that he wears. But I think the thing that really bugged me most was them rollers that he had in his hair. I asked this one big hippie what that sign was on his back. He said peace, but the darn thing looked to me just like some American chicken track. Then I asked about that fancy chain. He said, "Dig, man, that cost $20. Well, I think that fella really ought to bought a cheaper chain than one of them $2.95 flea collars. One of them hippies, he was carrying a sign that read, "Make love, not war." I'm still trying to figure out what in the world that hippie's carrying that darn thing for. How he'd qualify for either one, man, is a sure enough mystery to me. Now, what do you do with a hippie with a Castro beard that's wearing a 36 feet?
I laughed till I cried when I saw you standing there on that corner, combing your hair. That's all that we've heard this last year through, and now I wonder what this world's coming to. Well, the barbers are hoping that these days won't last. They're cutting less hair and losing money fast. Their clippers are rusting and their faces turning blue, 'cause they've been combing hair on their days off too. Comb your hair, and you're bound to be just like them stars on the big TV. Comb your hair, and you won't have to use any of those things that'll give you the blues. Well, I sold my barber shop and I'm gonna leave town. I just can't stand to see all that hair walk around. I thought that I would probably be the first one to leave, 'cause now I see they're wearing it down to their knees. Well, I guess it's too late to save them anymore, 'cause last night I saw a guy walk into a door. So I guess I'll be on my way, I'll see you around. Just let me comb my hair and then I'll leave town. Comb your hair, and you're bound to be just like them stars on the big TV. Comb your hair, and you won't have to use any of those things that'll give you the blues. Any of those things that'll give you the blues.
Got tired of taking orders from the ding-a-ling. The
decided it was time for me to do my thing. Let my hair grow long and I quit my job. Grew a great big beard and I look like a slob. Well, I lived in the forest with the birds and the bugs. I got my kicks without the psychedelic drugs. Just played my guitar and my old mouth harp. I fished in the river catching catfish and carp. Now I don't really care what people think about me. I'm a natural born rebel from Mississippi. But all my ribbon don't bother no man. I'm a Mississippi hippie just a living off the land. I ain't involved in problems of morals and race, as long as I can stay in this peaceful place. Let other people protest for the wars to stop, while I plant my seeds and raise me a crop. If people leave me alone and don't cross my path, then I'll never raise my hand in wrath. But why should I leave this land of milk and honey when it feeds me and shelters me and I don't need money? I don't really care what people think about me. I'm a natural born rebel from Mississippi. But all my ribbon don't bother no man. I'm a Mississippi hippie just a living off the land. I'm a Mississippi hippie. You can bet your sweet baby. I'm an M-I-S-S-I-double-S-I-double-P-I hippie. I'm a Mississippi hippie. Oh, you can bet your sweet hippie. I'm a Mississippi hippie. Oh, Mississippi hippie.
A group of liberal thinkers, bathless, unwashed thinkers, got together for a love-in near our town. There were rows and rows of hippies, some chippies and some jippies, at the day trippers, wine sippers, society spurners, card burners, liberal thinkers, love-in near our town. One super hippie feller, his hair was long and yeller, and a ringlet from his left ear dangled down. Now there was a real hip chick wearing psychedelic lipstick at the day trippers, glue sniffers, society spurners, card burners, liberal thinkers, the love-in near our town. Long-haired, head-banded hippies and flower-wearing chippies, togetherness was visible all around. But I'll tell you what the worst is, there were fellas carrying purses at the day trippers, wine sippers, society spurners, card burners, liberal thinkers, the love-in near our town. They talked of magic powers, and then ate up all the flowers, and the nightsticks came and gathered all around. The sleeping bags were spread out, but the cops said, get the lead out. At the day trippers, glue sniffers, society spurners, card burners, liberal thinkers, love-in near our town. At the hip swingers, bell dingers, banana smokers, cork soakers, liberal thinkers, a love-in near our town.
Drugs. Men will try to find relief from the hell and the judgments by taking drugs and by promoting drugs. I want to use for a subject tonight what the Bible says about drug addiction. What the Bible says about drug addiction. Would you bow your head?
She wanted to be like everyone else. Now she's all alone in a room by by herself.
It started with a party in the back of Ed's Cafe. There was dancing and drinking. Most everyone was gay. A stranger that no one knew passed out some cigarettes. Guaranteed we'd get a thrill we've never met. Some said yes and some said no. Suzie said she would. They agreed that anyone would get a kick. They knew that she would. The gang all laughed. How brave she was. Yeah, Suzie said yes. At first, like it was all in fun. But then Suzie wouldn't quit. She had to be among that crowd. So she took another puff. But this was only cigarettes. She wanted other stuff. The stranger knew of something else, stuff that's hard to get. Suzie said she'd try it, 'cause there's nothing stopped her yet. The sweetest girl I ever knew. I slowly watched her fall. Every drug known to man, she now knew them all. She began to lose her friends, then she lost her pride. She didn't need me anymore, so I too stepped aside. And everyone could tell that her twisted mind was full of dope, and her body was just a shell. Now in some back room I know there's a party going on. There may be a stranger who brought some cigarettes along. There may be a Suzie who's tempted to try, but if she could see my Suzie, she'd know how she'd die.
She wanted to be like everyone else. Now she's all alone in a room by herself.
A box of grass. Sometimes they call it pot. That's what the hippies call a little 1-penny matchbox full of marijuana. And that's what they gave to my Jeannie. Then they introduced her to acid and speed. Now acid, that's LSD. And speed is just another form of narcotics. Then they introduced her to the spike and the works. Now the spike, that's a hypodermic needle. And the works, that's a syringe and the needle. Next they introduced her to smack and the pushers. Now smack is heroin. And the pushers, well, they're the people. The people that sold these things to my Jeannie. I once loved a teenage girl. Jeannie was her name. She promised she would marry me when graduation came. But then my Jeannie put me off, said she must see the world. She promised she'd come back to me, that she'd still be my girl. But a box of grass they gave to Jeannie, a little box of grass. Now Jeannie is gone. They say that they will change the world, but all they changed was just my girl with a box of grass that they gave to Jeannie. And now I hear they found my Jeannie on the other side of town. They said they thought they heard her call my name as she lay there on the ground. And then they found the needle that was to take away her life. Now Jeannie can't come back to me. She'll never be my wife. Just a box of brass, that's how it started. A little box of brass. Now Jeannie is dead. Now Jeannie is
Have you ever had to put the dirt in your own daughter's grave? Because she tried that lousy drug, she could not be saved. We raised her from a little babe not many years ago. But then one day she went away to where we did not know. A hippie group that she met somewhere along her short life's way is the cause of the dirt and tears falling in her grave. They got her high on LSD this one fatal time and took the life of our little girl that we love so divine. I remember getting on the floor to teach her how to crawl. When she learned to talk, it was most precious of all. But this is no time to think. It's mighty plain to see. For my young daughter lies here dead because of LSD. As the dirt falls in this hillside grave, I think of the younger years, and it's useless for a man like me to hold back the tears. And it's all because of some lads who thought they were so small. This dirt must go in her grave with the heavy broken heart.
One morning while making the rounds, I took a shot of cocaine and I shot my woman down. Went right home and I went to bed. I stuck at 1144 beneath my head. Got up next morning and I grabbed that gun. Took a shot of cocaine and the way I run, made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico. Laying in a hop joint and smoking a pill. In walked the sheriff from Jericho Hill. He said, Willie Lee, your name is not Jack Brown. You're the dirty hop that shot your woman down. Yes, oh yes, my name is Willie Lee. If you've got a warrant, just read it to me. I shot her cold 'cause she made me sore. I thought I was her daddy, but she had 5 more. When I was arrested, I was dressed in black. They put me on the train and they brought me back. I had no friends to go my bail. They slapped my dried up carcass in the county jail. Next morning about 9:30, I spied the sheriff coming down the line. I turned about as he cleared his throat. He said, "Come on, you dirty hop, down to the district court." Into the courtroom my trial began. There I was paneled by 12 honest men. Just before the jury started out, I saw that little judge commence to look about. In about 5 minutes in walked a man, holding the verdict in his right hand. The verdict read in the first degree. I hollered, "Lordy, Lordy, have mercy on me." The judge smiled as he picked up his pen. 99 years in the San Quentin pen. 99 years underneath that mound. I'll never forget the day I shot my woman down. Come all you hops and listen to me. Lay off that whiskey and let that cocaine be.
The bed that I lay on is narrow and cold. There's sickness inside me, tears at my soul, and the devil awaits me. He calls me his son, for he knows I'm cornered and too weak to run. Or I soon must return to my gutter of thrills, where joy is the needle or a bottle of pills, where a man welcomes misery like an old friend from home that he uses and abuses till the misery is gone. My mind's filled with torture, my body's in pain, but the needle is warm as it sinks in my vein. Just a matter of seconds, then my mind will be free from the coldness and darkness that dominate me. But my freedom is short-lived, and then I'm alone. I must find the pusher, but my money's all gone. Then the cycle of horror starts over once more. Oh God, let me suffer this misery no more.
I wake up every morning, face the early dawn, look around until I found something that is wrong and write a song. It don't take long to write a protest song. I sing about segregation, integration, demonstration, legislation, communism, socialism, any ism is an ism, is alright
with me. Can't take the time to comb my hair, shave or take a bath. If restaurant owners laugh at me, they'll have to face the wrath of a protest singer. I could be cleaner, but I'm a protest singer. I sing about Vietnam, ban the bomb, end the war and help the poor. The KKK, the PTA, and LBJ is A-OK with me. Now I'm the protest singer, this you can believe. I want to make my fortune before destruction's eve, long as people pay. I hope the problems stay. I'm the protest singer. I sing about red Chinese minorities, PhDs, low salaries, a race for space, a human race, and day or night a quiet riot is all right with me. I sing about segregation, integration, demonstration, legislation, KKK, the PTA, LBJ, AOK, Vietnam, ban the bomb, end the war.
Some folks say my looks need some improvement. Some say I ought to run and hide my head. I'm the leader of a student freedom movement, and I'm lucky to be alive instead of dead. But I'm proud to be a hippie from Mississippi, even though my folks have had to change their name. And my sister claims she don't even know me. I can't understand why they all feel so ashamed. Well, my hair is 3 feet long and it's a kind of wavy. In another year it'll probably reach the ground. My father's mad 'cause I won't join the Navy, and Robert Shelton follows me around. Yes, I'm proud to be a hippie from Mississippi, but when I talk about how all men should be free, the old men who gathered down at the courthouse, you swear words, spit tobacco juice on me. Well, I don't make a party out of loving, and the reason's very simple, you can see. I don't get any kind of loving, because no girl in this town will go with me. But I'm proud to be a hippie from Mississippi, even though it's kind of rough in this old town. And to make sure I don't get tarred and feathered, tomorrow I'll be San Francisco bound.
Sandals on my feet, I'm gonna be the newest country race. I'll sing some happy love songs in country western style, and maybe start a riot on the stage. I'll be on the Grand Ole Opry and music magazines. I'll be #1 in all the top 10 picks when I cut my hippie record in country western style and hit my old guitar a few hot licks. I'm gonna be a country western hippie. I'll set the Grand Ole Opry all over, 'cause all those guitar pickers will be wondering whether I'm a boy or a girl. People will be talking about long hair country songs, and and all the opera stars will copy me. Roy Acuff and Ernest Tubb with sandals on their feet, and Hank Snow with his hair down to his knees. I'm gonna be a country western hippie. I'll set the grand ole opry on the world, 'cause all those guitar pickers will be wondering whether I'm a boy or a girl.
Talked to a feller the other day. He said he was on his way. He's going down to Hippieville. All he needs is a joint and a pill. Save a little money here and there. He won't have to shave or cut his hair. Him and his donkey like that grass. If he ain't laying down, he can sit on his ass. Hippieville, Hippieville, down the road and over the hill. You don't have to pay no laundry bill. His cash is low and his car's a wreck. He's going down to get a welfare check. March on down to the courthouse square and tell them folks they don't play fair. Clothes is something he won't need. Run around nude and smoke that weed. Don't have to work, there's nothing to do. Just make believe he's old kung fu. Hippieville, Hippieville, down the road and over the hill. You don't have to pay no electric bill. If he gets hot, he'll get cool. He'll go jump in the swimming pool. If he gets cold, he'll be alright. He'll have himself a 3-dog night. He'll have everything he needs. He's got an extra sack of seeds. Hippieville, Hippieville, down the road and over the hill. You don't have to pay no electric bill. Down the road and over the hill. You don't have to pay no telephone bill. Down the road and over the hill. You don't have to pay no laundry bill.
Listen to our story we're gonna tell to you of the little bamboo prisons we were in. Gonna listen to the man named Ramsey and the girl called Hanoi Jane, both traitors to America with communists. Is the big mouth for a Hanoi that we call Hanoi Jane. Yes, she's a big mouth for Hanoi that we call Hanoi Jane. Psychedelic, intellectual nuts. Found them a cause, now watch them strut. They know they're right and the world is wrong. You can tell by the way they sing their song. They've got the medallions and they've got the beads, got the marijuana and the LSD, got the flowers and a psychedelic suit. Their pockets are filled with that foundation loot. They carry the pad right on their back, and they don't care whether room the shack. They need no razor, they need no soap. They are first cousin to a whiskered goats. Down with the laws and the government too. Get out of my way, I'll spit on you. Down with social order and the golden rule. We want free sex in all the schools. Freedom of speech now, that's alright, as long as they are on the mic. The Constitution, it's just a drag, but they'd stick a match to the American flag. The children in college tell you what they do. The brainwash them through and through. Leave them in a jungle, you can hear them cry. They come out screaming, hell, my.
Academic freedom sounds holy and right. It's a way to take over without a fight. Left is right and right is wrong, and they know how to sing that song. They're in the churches, they're in the schools. Who do you think is going to rule? They got the Bible out, let the commies in. Now who did you say was going to win? They're in the House and the Senate too. We'll have a revolution before they're through. Now that they held the upper hand in the highest places in the land. All you good people just stay asleep. The ghosts are taking over them goodbye sheep. You'd better wake up and take a look around, cause they're going up and you're going down. You can fight and die, but you're not allowed to win. Self-defense, they say, is a sin. You're in a revolution now, boy, whether you know it or not.
Hell no, we won't go! 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 Hell no, we won't go!
Well, I woke up there this morning, boy, my head hurt. I reached for my granny glasses and my paisley tie-dyed shirt. Gathered all my love beads and I pinned my peace sign on. I looked at the Woodstock poster hanging in my john. And then I threw my back out, tying up my shoes. I got them Easy Rider, extra Dodger, 20 years later, middle-aged Hippie blues. Well, my old friend Jerry Rubin, he used to be so hip. And now he works the stock market to give the insiders tip. My guru said make love not war, find your peace within. And now I hear he stashed his cash in a bank in Switzerland. Well, my best friend said those days are dead. Ain't you heard the news? I got them Easy Rider, X-Trap Dodger, 20 years later, middle-aged Hippie blues. Oh Lord, it's been so long since I heard a good protest song. Oh, when did we lose that dream? Makes me wanna scream. Oh. Well, my best friend said those days are dead. Ain't you heard the news? Got them Easy Rider, extra Dodger, 20 years later, middle-aged Hippie blues. Well, what happened to those radicals we used to know so well? Remember old Jane Fonda, she sure used to give them hell. I've seen her in the movies once or twice, I hear she moved out west. She's married now with a couple of kids, but wait till you hear the rest. She flew to Hanoi to see Ho Chi Minh to save the huddled masses. Now she's doing videotapes and exercising.
Jumping jacks, go for the bird.
She's helping chin down from people.
Ho, ho, Ho Chi Minh, Ho Chi Minh is gonna win.
I'm the last one in my neighborhood who hasn't cut his hair. I tried to stage a sit-in, but everyone just stared. My hippie days are over, but let me clarify that, honey. I'm gonna go and give me an MBA, gonna make me lots of money. Yeah, I'm gonna drive me a Mercedes-Benz, wear them Gucci shoes. I got the Easy Rider, extra Dodger, 20 years later, middle-aged Hippie blues. One more time, I'm gonna drive me a Mercedes-Benz, wear them Gucci shoes. I got the Easy Rider, extra Dodger, 20 years later, middle-aged Hippie blues. Far out, man, far out. Peace and love, man, peace and love. Did you hear that far-out sound of the iron butterfly, man? Oh, yeah, man. Ain't a guy to beat it. I like the part of those new purple film bottoms, man. What about the weather? Hey, see, I've got my karma. Hey, wow, it's happening in San Francisco, man. Yeah, my dad's paying for my trip out there, you know? I'm gonna find myself, you know? I'm gonna find myself in San Francisco. You talk to your dad.
up and said to me, "Is Santa Claus a hippie with his beard and his long hair? And did you see his leather boots like all the hippies wear?" Well, it really doesn't matter, 'cause I love Santa so. But is Santa Claus a hippie? Well, I'd sure like to know. Santa